The hope that sustains you is the mechanism holding you in place. You feel it. That quiet, constant state of waiting for the market to turn or your health to improve. You're told to just hang on, to keep faith in a future you can't control. That waiting room is a trap built by your own brain, and you have the key to walk out. That feeling of hope is a neurochemical transaction. When you vividly imagine a better future, your brain releases a small hit of dopamine. That's the messenger molecule for reward. Your pleasure center lights up. It feels good. It feels like progress. Your brain just got a reward for daydreaming. This reduces the urgency to engage the part of your brain responsible for hard planning and disciplined action. It's a biological loophole. You get the satisfaction of the goal without taking the first step. Think about procrastination. The urge to put off a difficult task is often paired with a comforting thought. I'll have more energy for this tomorrow. That thought is a tiny, hopeful fantasy. It provides immediate emotional relief, a small dopamine advance against a future that may never arrive. The brain learns the pattern. Why do the hard work now when you can get a taste of the reward just by thinking about it? This cycle of hope and inaction is seductive. It feels safe. It protects you from the risk of trying and failing. But the cage has invisible bars. You break out by recognizing the architecture of the prison. Psychologists Janet Polivy and Peter Herman identified what they call false hope syndrome. This explains why a large majority of New Year's resolutions fail. We set huge, ambitious goals with unrealistic timelines. The act of setting them provides a powerful feeling of control and optimism. That feeling becomes the reward. You make the resolution, you feel amazing for a week, you hit the first obstacle, and you quit. A few months later, the sting of failure fades, and the allure of that initial hopeful high pulls you back in. This is fueled by another cognitive glitch, the planning fallacy. When you map out a future project, you do it from a state of calm. You simulate a best-case scenario. You ignore how long similar tasks took in the past. Your brain forgets the late nights and the unexpected problems. You see only the smooth path to success in your mind. This creates a dangerous overconfidence. You delay starting the work because in your hopeful projection, it looks easy. It feels like you have plenty of time. This vision is a mirage. It's an emotional anesthetic that numbs you to the urgency of the present moment. These mental biases build a comfortable fortress of pleasant delusion. What if the way out involves abandoning the fortress entirely? 2,000 years ago, the philosopher Epictetus offered the master key. He laid out a simple principle, the dichotomy of control. Some things are within our power, and some are not. Within our power are our choices and our actions. Everything else, our body, our reputation, our wealth, lies outside our direct control. Passive hope is an emotional investment in that second category. It's tying your well-being to a future result you can never fully guarantee. Epictetus argued this is a root of human suffering. The Emperor Marcus Aurelius built his operating system for life on this idea. The goal was the virtuous action in the present moment. The praise or the profit was irrelevant. The work was the reward. This reframes the objective. You shift your focus from the uncontrollable destination to the controllable journey, from the outcome to your input. You stop hoping for a favorable wind and start rowing. This philosophy feels stark. It asks you to release your grip on the future, but it offers something far more valuable in return: agency. The system is surprisingly simple. A review of over 90 studies found that people who use this technique have a massive advantage in achieving their goals. It's called an implementation intention. You probably set goals as desires, like I want to save more money. This is an abstract wish. It lives in the world of hope. An implementation intention is a concrete plan. It uses a simple format. When situation X arises, I will perform behavior Y. Look at the difference. The hopeful goal is, I want to get fit. The implementation intention is, When my workday ends at 5 p.m., I will immediately change into my gym clothes and drive to the gym. The first is a wish. The second is a preloaded program for your brain. By creating this if-then plan, you delegate the decision to your environment. The cue automatically triggers the behavior, removing your reliance on motivation. You've done the thinking ahead of time. You've replaced wishing with an executable command. This single shift from hoping for a future to programming a present action is the foundation. You scale it by recognizing your life is the sum of these actions. Consider the financial independence retire early movement. These are ordinary people achieving what seems impossible. They do it with high savings rates, allowing them to retire in as little as 17 years. They are living proof that future security is forged by present discipline. They are controlling their savings rate, a variable entirely within their power. This reflects a core psychological trait, an internal locus of control. The belief that your life's outcomes are the result of your own actions. This is the opposite of a hopeful mindset, which waits for external conditions to change. You see the same principle in productivity. Cal Newport's research on deep work shows that value is created in long, uninterrupted blocks of focused effort. Frantic email checking is a form of passive hope. You hope an important message will arrive. Deep work is the opposite. It is the disciplined commitment to a single, hard task right now. Confidence works the same way. Confidence is the byproduct of evidence. It's built by taking small, deliberate actions that prove your capability to yourself. You make one cold call, you complete one small project. Each action is a brick laid for the person you want to become. You're generating data for your own nervous system, which updates its model of who you are based on what you do. You stop trying to manipulate your feelings. You focus only on your actions, knowing the feelings will eventually catch up. This leads to the final shift in perspective. Healthy detachment. You know what you want. You work towards it with intense, present moment discipline, yet you let go of the outcome. You detach from the timeline. You detach from the specific way it has to look. This is ultimate freedom. All your emotional energy, previously wasted on hoping and worrying, is now harnessed for one purpose: executing the next right action. The anxiety of waiting disappears. It's replaced by the calm focus of doing. This changes your role from a passenger on a train to the one laying the track, piece by piece, right under your feet. The future you've been waiting for is built with the bricks in your hands right now. The waiting is over. Pick up your tools and build.